George Lopez's name is synonymous with laughter, cultural pride, and resilience. He's a figure who rose from the shadows of hardship to become one of the most recognizable Latino entertainers in America. Born on April 23, 1961, in Mission Hills, Los Angeles, Lopez's life is a testament to the power of humor as both a weapon and a shield. His comedy broke barriers, bringing the struggles and triumphs of the Latino experience into the mainstream. But behind the jokes and the fame lies a story marked by personal demons, profound pain, and a quest for identity that shaped his life and ultimately led to a somber, reflective conclusion. George Edward Lopez entered the world under circumstances that would define much of his early life. Born to a father who would abandon him and a mother who would follow suit, Lopez was left in the care of his maternal grandmother, Benita Gutierrez, and her husband. The emotional void left by his parents' absence was deepened by the harsh environment he was raised in, a home where love was in short supply, replaced instead by a sense of obligation and strict discipline. This early abandonment planted the seeds of loneliness and insecurity in Lopez, feelings that would later manifest in his comedy. Humor became his escape, a way to process the pain and isolation he felt. However, the scars of his childhood never fully healed. These experiences were pivotal in shaping the man he would become, both on and off the stage. Lopez's early life in a predominantly Latino neighborhood in Los Angeles exposed him to the harsh realities of cultural and racial tensions. Struggling with his identity, he often felt disconnected from both the American mainstream and his own cultural roots. This identity crisis would later fuel his comedy, allowing him to connect with audiences who shared similar struggles. In the 1980s, George Lopez embarked on a journey that would take him from small comedy clubs to national television. His early performances were raw, drawing heavily from his personal experiences, his childhood, his family, and the cultural clashes he witnessed. This authenticity resonated with audiences who saw in Lopez someone who could articulate their own experiences with wit and insight. But the road to success was anything but smooth. The comedy scene of the 1980s was fiercely competitive, and opportunities for Latino comedians were scarce. Lopez faced rejection and setbacks, but he persisted, driven by an inner fire and the belief that his voice deserved to be heard. His big break came in 2000 when actress Sandra Bullock, recognizing the lack of Latino representation on television, approached him with an opportunity to create a show that would change the course of his career. The sitcom George Lopez, which premiered in 2002, was more than just another TV show, it was a cultural milestone. For the first time, a Latino family was at the center of a mainstream American television show, dealing with issues that had rarely been explored in such a public forum. The show tackled topics like immigration, cultural identity, and the generational divides within Latino families, all with humor and heart. Lopez's portrayal of a working-class Latino father struck a chord with audiences across the country. Here was a man who, despite his flaws and struggles, was doing his best to navigate the complexities of life and family. The show's success made Lopez a household name, and he became a symbol of Latino pride and resilience. Yet, even as he basked in the glow of his newfound fame, Lopez was dealing with personal challenges that threatened to overshadow his success. Behind the scenes, he was grappling with alcoholism, a condition that strained his relationships and his health. George Lopez's marriage to Ann Serrano in 1993 seemed, at first, like a stabilizing force in his life. The couple had a daughter, Mayan, in 1996, and Lopez often spoke publicly about how much his family meant to him. However, the pressures of fame, coupled with unresolved issues from his childhood, created a rift in his personal life. Lopez's struggles with alcoholism became increasingly problematic, putting a strain on his marriage and affecting his career. In 2005, Lopez faced a life-threatening health crisis when he was diagnosed with a genetic disorder that caused his kidneys to fail. The situation became dire, and Lopez was in desperate need of a kidney transplant. In an extraordinary act of love, his wife Ann donated one of her kidneys, saving his life. The surgery was successful, and Lopez returned to work with a renewed sense of purpose. Publicly, he expressed deep gratitude for his wife's sacrifice, but the marriage had already begun to unravel. The strain of Lopez's health issues, combined with the pressures of his career, proved too much for the couple to bear. In 2010, they announced their divorce, marking the end of a relationship that had been a cornerstone of Lopez's life. The dissolution of his marriage left Lopez at a crossroads, forcing him to confront the personal demons that had plagued him for years. After the end of his sitcom, George Lopez continued to find success in television, stand-up comedy, and film. In 2009, he launched Lopez Tonight, a late-night talk show on TBS. The show was an ambitious project, offering a platform for Lopez to explore issues of race, culture, and politics while showcasing his signature humor. Despite a loyal fan base, the show struggled with ratings and was eventually canceled in 2011. The cancellation of Lopez Tonight was a significant blow to Lopez, who had hoped the show would solidify his place in the pantheon of late-night television hosts. However, Lopez remained resilient, returning to stand-up comedy where his sharp observations on society, race, and the Latino experience continued to resonate with audiences. Lopez's comedy took on a more introspective tone during this period, reflecting his own life experiences and the challenges he had faced. He spoke openly about his struggles with alcoholism, his failed marriage, and his health issues, using humor as a way to process and share his pain. This honesty endeared him to fans, who saw in Lopez not just a comedian, but a man who had faced life's difficulties head-on. As the years went on, George Lopez's health continued to be a significant concern. Despite the successful kidney transplant, he faced ongoing health challenges, including bouts of depression and chronic pain. In 2017, during a stand-up performance, Lopez collapsed on stage, causing alarm among his fans and sparking rumors about the state of his health. Although he quickly recovered and resumed performing, the incident highlighted the toll that years of stress and health issues had taken on him. Lopez's appearances became less frequent as he aged, and he began to withdraw from the public eye. His comedy, once filled with energy and sharp wit, became more reflective, often touching on themes of mortality, legacy, and the passage of time. While he remained a respected figure in the entertainment industry, there was a palpable sense that Lopez was grappling with his own mortality and the legacy he would leave behind. In the final years of his life, George Lopez focused on preserving his legacy and spending time with his family. He continued to perform, but his schedule was less demanding, allowing him time to reflect on his life and career. Lopez's health continued to decline, and he faced the reality that his time in the spotlight was coming to an end. Lopez passed away on date, surrounded by family and loved ones. His death marked the end of an era for a man who had become a symbol of Latino pride and resilience in the face of adversity. His passing was met with an outpouring of grief from fans and colleagues alike, who remembered him not just for his comedy, but for the courage he showed throughout his life. George Lopez's life was a complex tapestry of triumphs, struggles, and resilience. From his difficult childhood to his rise as one of the most prominent Latino entertainers in America, Lopez's journey was marked by both incredible success and profound personal challenges. His comedy brought laughter to millions, but it was also a reflection of the pain and hardship he had endured. Lopez's legacy is one of breaking barriers and bringing the Latino experience to the forefront of American culture. He used humor as a tool to bridge cultural divides and to give voice to those who had long been underrepresented in mainstream media. Yet, behind the laughter was a man who struggled with his own demons, battling health issues, personal loss, and the weight of his own success. As we reflect on George Lopez's life, we are reminded of the power of humor to heal, to connect, and to bring light to the darkest corners of our lives. Lopez's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring impact one person can have on the world, even in the face of overwhelming odds.